We had so many technical difficulties filming this, you guys. Please pray for my husband's phone, for it's a piece of shit, and it keeps stopping on us.
Welcome back, BVB Army, to BVB Army Hearts to Hearts. I am Ruth.
And I'm Nicole.
And if you're wondering why we are whispering,
We are doing ASMR.
yes, if you read the title correct, this is our very first ASMR episode. So if you are not wearing headphones right now, I would really recommend putting headphones and turning up the volume as loud as you can, especially for those listening to our podcast.
What she said.
And we are going to try our very best to do this in whisper.
I don't know how you laugh in a whisper.
And we apologize if we do get very high-pitched. We apologize to your eardrums.
It's our first ASMR, so be nice.
But first things first, happy July.
Yes, hello, we are in July. Wow. I feel like we're being sneaky beaky right now, but we're not. The sound of a bat.
Well, okay, so you read the title correct. We are doing our very first ASMR. For those of us who don't know what ASMR is, I would highly look up tons of videos on YouTube. It's satisfactory. Personally for me, I do get tingles. Do you get tingles if you listen to ASMR?
I've only listened to ASMR just a couple of times. I think my favorite is when people are eating food because the crunch is very satisfying, especially when someone's eating a pickle. I don't know why. It's the crunch. We hope you guys are very satisfied with this.
We will try to be satisfied. I promise you. They're not so much eating, but we will try our very best to get Ender come down here to purr for you. He has alien purrs. So Ender, when you're ready, please come back down.
Yes. Oh, and you know what? You also maybe wondering why our makeup is the way it is as well. Because, you guys, we are ready to dive into Black Veil Brides Set the World on Fire.
The fire era. Wow.
You know, okay, I can't lie. I know that Cassidy asked us what our favorite era was, and I said Wretched and Divine, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true anymore. Because I'm stuck in the Set the World on Fire era.
So if you haven't watched our first breakdown of We Stitched These Spoons, we are now going into the second album of Set the World on Fire, and we both have the album. Since, let's just dive into it, shall we?
We might as well. Let's just get right to it.
My first question is, where did you get your CD?
That is a good question. I got my CD by pre-ordering it actually through, I'm pretty sure it was through the Black Veil Brides website. But I remember pre-ordering it, and I was telling Ruth this too, for anyone that pre-ordered a Set
in the poster. I did not know that, so I did not get one. Sad face. I honestly believe there were two places I got my CD. It was either Hot Topic, or I don't know if you ever heard of this CD entertainment store. It was called FYE.
Never heard of it.
FYE. It was for your entertainment. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, you know. So it was like a CD store, comic book store, DVD store, and they had Black Veil Brides, and it was like one of those two places. Broke. I had to get it after it was released, but you know, I have it.
So we all know that Set the World on Fire was released on, what was it, June 14th, 2011. How long after its release date did you get the CD?
I don't know. That is okay. I just remember getting it after. I have never. Actually, that's a lie. The first and first album and this album, I didn't get on release. I had to get it a couple months after, cause I was broke and my mom and dad. Yeah.
So tell me the story of how you got your CD. Like we know that you went into one of the two stores, whether that was Hot Topic or For Your Entertainment. How do you remember the emotions you were going through when you finally were able to hold this CD in your hands?
I was so excited, and just like with the first CD, I had my SpongeBob boombox, and I know we discussed that last time, and I put it in there and listened to it at home.
SpongeBob singing Black Veil Bride songs is all I can see right now.
I'm going to have to look up a photo of this boombox and show you it. I think my mom still has it.
Oh my god, are you serious? This boombox has never been thrown out. We're gonna need pictures. Oh my god, I wish we had it right here. Damn.
It's a CD player as a radio. It was the coolest thing ever.
A bright yellow boombox, right? With SpongeBob's derpy face on it. Gulp as loud as you can. Just do like a...
Thank you, Nicole. Okay.
We're having too much fun with this. Okay.
I'm trying to do the math. You said this was released 2000 and what?
2011, correct?
So we were still in high school, right?
Oh yeah, I was June 2011. We would have been going into junior year, going in because that was in the summer.
Yes.
Now, with the release of Set the World on Fire, what was your first reaction to listening to the album?
Okay, I will admit this. I think Fallen Angels was released before the album was released, I believe.
Yes, actually, you're 100% correct.
So that was
backtrack.
That was the very first song I heard, and I was just excited for a new album because I just feel like when We Stitch came out, it was everyone at the BVB Army could talk about, and then Set the World on Fire.
So, with Fallen Angels being the very first music video released from the album, do you remember your exact, entire day of when it was released? Like, the Fallen Angels music video?
I just remember we scream, we shout, we are the Fallen Angels.
Twinning. I remember waking up, so I actually had my alarm set for the Fallen Angels music video release. I think in Colorado, which would be mountain time, it was actually getting released at 7 in the morning. I set my alarm to 6 a.m. and it was downpouring rain. Just raining outside, so that just made it for an even better day. I woke up, went on to Google or YouTube or whatever, and patiently waited until it was, kept refreshing until I could watch the music video, and oh my gosh, that was like the best thing ever. That was like the best summer ever.
What I find this interesting is because I've told Nicole this and I felt like I've shared it a little bit. Growing growing up, my mom was very conservative and very religious, so she always looked down upon BVB. She was afraid I was joining a cult. Well, she's gotten better now. Anyway, but I missed out on like the pre-orders and setting a reminder because I did not want to get in trouble with my mom. So like anytime, especially the first CD and the CD came out, music videos, I had to do it during school days or at my dad's work. That way I wouldn't get in trouble with my mom. So like the pre-order did not do it. I was too scared to ask my mom for money. Yeah.
I really wish that we knew each other in school because I pre-ordered the Set the World on Fire album for me and my husband Hudson. If I knew you, I would have pre-ordered all of us the CD.
I'm catching up. Rich and Divine Era. I'm all about that, but that's for another episode.
So with Fallen Angels music video, that's kind of something I would like to discuss with you, is all the hate that Black Veil Brides got from it, because one thing I distinctly remember is everyone kept talking about how Fallen Angels music video was a ripoff of one of Avenged Sevenfold's songs only because it had fire in it. Can we just take a moment of silence for all the idiots out there? Because fire can go in multiple music videos. It doesn't have to be just one band that does it.
I don't know. I mean, let's be honest. When Set the World CD came out, BVB was still getting a lot of hate for their looks, the makeup, war paint, and their outfits. By the way, I freaking love.
And I 100% agree with you. I will have to say that the Set the World on Fire album is one of the most iconic Black Veil Bride albums in my personal opinion, because this to me screams old glam rock and roll. There's so much passion behind this album, and I feel like it really brings me back to the 80s, and I don't know if that's what they were trying to do, but if so, you guys succeeded.
And I think one thing we discussed about this, obviously it set the world on fire, but like Nicole and I both agree this is their fire era, literally because it is on fire, but also this was their second album after We Stitch, and like BVB Army was growing, and so to get this, like, fuck yeah.
I agree. I really think that as much as we all love We Stitch These Wounds, and yes, We Stitch These Wounds was a kickoff for Black Veil Brides, but I feel like Set the World on Fire is really where Black Veil Brides hit it big. This album is what brought them a huge following of fans. The Fallen Angels music video was probably a huge part of that, which I'm jealous because I wanted to be a part of that video. Now, before Set the World on Fire came out, there was a single that was released. Did you at all hear the single?
No.
I was in school, and this was during the time when Black Veil Brides was looking for auditions for the music video Carolyn, which never happened, by the way. But they released a single on their website. Not even a full single, it was actually more of a teaser. It was like a teaser clip of Youth and Whiskey. And man, when I heard that teaser clip, I was like,
I don't remember that, but I do remember when Fallen Angels music video came out, all I wanted to be was, how does one get involved with the music video? Because I wanted to be in that crowd.
I know. I think we all know the main girl from the Fallen Angels music video. I can't exactly remember her name, but it's actually funny. beautiful cover art. Probably one of my favorites, to be honest.
So let's dive in. Favorite song?
Well, okay. I can't lie, you guys. My favorite song is actually not even on the CD.
Right.
There was a bonus track that came with this album. If you don't know what that bonus song is, it was Smoke and Mirrors. And the only way you could buy the CD with the bonus song was to get it at Best Buy. And I already pre-ordered it, and I expected the bonus song to just be on there magically.
I'm surprised it wasn't, honestly. I didn't know about the bonus song Smoke and Mirrors until she blew my world with that. FYI, I'm sorry again for that.
I was just as shocked as you guys were. It's okay. What is your favorite song off the album?
I don't know if this is cliche for me to say, but it's Rebel Love Song.
Okay, I just have to say that Rebel Love Song was everyone's anthem song for a couple when they were in school. I mean, I even made that me and Hudson song.
I just like the verses like, take your hand in mine, let's something tonight. This is a Rebel Love Song. I'm just like, and by the way, the music video for that is awesome.
So then what is your favorite music video from Set the World on Fire?
Okay, so we have Fallen Angels, Rebel Love Song. Was that it?
Legacy.
Oh, right. Legacy. It's hard because they're all different. I will say, I think why I like Rebel Love Song is because that music video is different compared to all of them as of right now. Because Rebel Love Song, they have a story with it, with a girl and a guy escaping and doing, their love's journey. And that was their first music video I think they ever done, which combines a story and then cuts back to them performing in front of, I think it was the front of the Roxy or some type of theater, I can't remember, so.
No, I 100% agree with you. Honestly, the Rebel Love Song music video was different from something, it was totally different. They hadn't done something like that before, where they had a story. I mean, they have a story behind everything, but that specific story, for anyone that is madly in love when you're in school, that's truly how you feel. You feel the world is against you and your love, and you feel like what you're doing is wrong. I love that music video myself, but I have to say that mine is Fallen Angels. I don't know why, but seeing it, you know how everyone has something that where their eyes just go wide and they're like, that is the most amazing thing I've seen. I need more of it. That's how I felt with Fallen Angels.
Okay, so with the Legacy, don't get me wrong, I love the Legacy too. I love the look all the guys have, honestly, in the junkyard. It is kind of funny, though, to hear the backstory of that music video, though. We all know that part where it's pouring rain and Andy's just going crazy. It was cold that night, even with the fire in the background. And I don't know if I remember this fact or not, but I believe Andy and the guys actually got sick afterwards.
Now, how long did they take to film the Legacy?
I don't know.
I mean, it must have taken, probably all day. I mean, I will say one thing that's very, that stands out to me with the Legacy and Rebel Love Song is Andy's hair. Does anyone else notice that it's got, some weird crimp to it? But, it was beautiful.
Mufasa! Say it again. Mufasa, Mufasa, Mufasa!
I'll just be the hyena in the background laughing.
The one thing I do, Legacy was awesome. I just love Andy's microphone stand in that music video.
Yes, well, I really do love the Legacy because I feel like it's the location choice for me. It was totally iconic. That was just junkyard full of piled up cars, a really awesome band just doing their thing. I mean, it doesn't get better than that. Now, I will say this. I think something that all of us BVB fans can definitely remember, we listened to We Stitch, and it was definitely full of screams, which we all loved. Now, when we listen to Set the World on Fire, there's not that many screams in there, but I would like to point out, this is the very first album where Black Veil Bride's because of your media culture.
I learn something every day because I did not know that. I just assumed there was bad words. I don't know.
I was like very shocked when I was first listening to the album because I got it. I immediately put it in. I don't know where I blared. Oh, I blared it from my parents' TV. Everyone was at work, so it was perfect time to blare it, and it was just, we are the bastards, son. I was like, oh, they're using curse words. This is so cool.
There you go.
I mean, obviously, when you're in high school, cursing is like very rebel, yo.
I thought it was just very cool just to say the word. It will be bleeped out. Fuck. But,
that is a good question. Has there been a BVB song where Andy has used the word fuck? I don't think so.
Not ringing a bell. Probably live on stage, but not on a record.
Oh, definitely live on stage. Definitely.
The one thing I will say is, at least for me, and it could be going to other fans, maybe you, Nicole, too, is that this was the second album that was released on June 14th and everything. And for me, it just proved to me that this BVB Black Veil Brides was something that I was passionate and a fan for. Like, you know, we all have our phases and we kind of grow out of things. Typically, I get through those phases and then something new comes. I'm like, yeah, whatever. This came out and I'm like, yes. It was like Harry Potter for me when all the movies and books coming out. I was like, yes, yes. Same with Black Veil Brides. Yes, 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 yes. So it just kind of showed to me, like, I like this band a lot. Am I a fan? Am I a part of this community? Yes, I am.
I hate when people use that term. You're just going through a phase. It's like, can't we all be allowed to take joy in something that makes us happy, no matter the age? Because let me tell you guys, there is no age limit on Black Veil Brides.
Yeah.
You can be any age and listen to them. You are not required to be a teenage girl.
Facts. No, this album is it 2011, right?
2011.
Okay, so we're just entering our junior year. God, I'm trying to remember high school junior year. It was rough. I'm just gonna say that. Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah. I honestly think that this album got me through the rest of my junior year. A fun fact, I never went to my senior year. I actually graduated my junior year. And in my speech, I was like, I would like to thank Black Veil Brides for getting me through this shithole. I legitimately said that.
I love that. I wish I had the balls to do that. No, I didn't.
And, I guess with that, there was one, so I dressed up as Black Veil Brides all the time. I would go to school with their war paint on because I went to an alternative school. That doesn't really matter, but they, actually my teacher on graduation day gave me a certificate for BVB Project Runway, and it was honestly, I still have it. It's just, I don't want to dig it out, you know what I mean?
She's not lying. She actually got her certificate for wearing BVB merch, which I found amazing. And I've seen the certificate. It's real.
Now, with Set the World on Fire coming out, this is the album that Cece got to take part of. And Ruth, what were your thoughts when Cece got on this album? I mean, your thoughts in general of Cece, as I'm pretty sure she's told us before, but I just love this story.
I don't know why she knows the story from time after time. For anyone new listening and who has not seen our first episode breaking down We Stitch, I full on admit, and Cece again, I am sorry. I truly am, and I freaking love you, Cece. You know how much I love you. I had a love-hate relationship with Cece when he joined after Sandra left, because I guess it was a woman crush on Sandra. Okay. So
Sandra's hot.
she was just badass. Okay, used to her. So Cece came on, and this was the first album he had the skills for his drums to come on, which he did amazing. Love-hate relationship with Cece. So when I saw him crawl out his intro for Fallen Angels, I'm like, okay, I don't hate your look. Bruno came in with a motorcycle, which threw me off a little bit.
Yeah, and that was something that, like, I'm kind of curious about is, did all the guys kind of decide how they wanted their intro for, you know, hitting Earth and coming out from the ground? Did they decide what they wanted to do, or were they kind of told and directed and given, like, hey, a script, this is what you're gonna do, this is what we see for you guys? What was the vision? Was it your own vision, or was it somebody else's?
It's always kind of fun, just curiosity. It's like every single music video besides like Fields of Fun, because we know that Andy directed that one, but like just directors, how much input they had compared to the guys, or like Andy, Cece, like all their input together, were they like kind of on one side or kind of somewhat meet in the middle? I don't know. Curiosity.
I know, I'm very curious to know, because if everyone did decide their own unique thing, I do love how Bruno just was like, vroom vroom.
One thing I read about this album, which was on Wikipedia, is that, as for those of us who don't know, Nicole here loves Scream and Ghostface. And one song, I forgot what song was it, from this album was supposed to be in the movie Scream 4.
It was Scream 4, yeah. What was it? Set the World on Fire was supposed to be on Scream 4. Actually, it was supposed to be the end credits. And let me tell you, I'm a huge Ghostface fan. I've seen all the Scream movies. I'm ready for number 6 next year. But with that being said, I got the Scream 4 movie. And of course, here I am waiting for the end credits. That was not Black Veil Brides on the end credits. And I was really livid. I was like, what do heck? And still to this day, I don't know fully what happened. All I know is that there was some miscommunication, and Black Veil Bride's song ended up not being on the Scream 4 soundtrack, unfortunately.
Yeah, but it was featured in Transformers Dark Moon. It is on the soundtrack of that movie. I haven't seen the movie, I'm not a big Transformers fan, but I did hear about that, and it is on there, so I'm sorry, Ghostface. I know Nicole wanted to have that. I'm sorry. But not only did Set the World on Fire get on the Transformers soundtrack, if you all know me, I'm a huge wrestling fan. And Set the World on Fire did make it onto WWE's Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, which I just have to point out, WWE, you did so perfect on picking the song for that, because Hell in a Cell, it was all fire, and of course Set the World on Fire. It could not have been more perfect. So Black Veil Brides, your song made it into WWE. That's what matters. I didn't know that, but I'm sure she was happy. Oh, I was screaming. I was jumping for joy. I was like, WWE and BVB. Oh my god, oh my god. And you know, I can't lie. During the time, WWE was also having a bunch of celebrities come on the show every Monday, because unfortunately, I think this is when Donald Trump decided to buy WWE out. I'm pretty sure this was all part of the show. It's all scripted. None of it was real. But Donald Trump would have someone come on like every week, and I was really hoping that he'd have Black Veil Brides come on, and I was hoping for you guys to get in the ring and kick some ass. That would have been great. Yeah, that would be the only time I would go on a WWE channel and watch it. I would just like love. I can just imagine CC flailing off the top ropes, doing a crossbody onto trying to aim towards one of the wrestlers, but he misjudges his aim and lands on Jake's back or something, or Jinx. It does not matter who. Jesus Christ. That is what I envision. I'm
making Wretched and Divine without telling us you're making Wretched and Divine. That's what they did there.
Black Veil Brides, did you know Wretched and Divine was coming after Set the World on Fire? Did you when you were working on it? Was it the world, that whole era, the world being on fire? Was that the start of Wretched and okay, I'm just gonna
no, these questions need answers because I am very curious. Did you guys already have Wretched and Divine set in play during the release of this album, or were the original names of the Destroyer and the Prophet already originally made for Set the World on Fire, but you just carried it over to Wretched and Divine?
Was it Fear that put this on fire, and then that became this Wretched and Divine area? I'm sorry, I'm like that meme with that guy with all the papers, like, it makes sense.
That is gonna be ruined over here, like, okay, this is how Wretched and Divine got started.
I'm just saying, obviously this is a far-stretched theory, but if I'm close to it, guys, please let me know.
And, it's actually crazy, because so when I look at it, even when Wretched and Divine came out, I never went back and realized that those names were on there until she pointed it out to me.
Because, even in the second to last page here, when they credit everyone, it even says Black Veil Brides, has all the guys' names highlighted, and then it says the Prophet, the Destroyer, the Mystic. I'm just like, it's literally like, tell me you're working on Wretched and Divine without telling me you're working on Wretched and Divine.
Exactly. We need to know. You guys cannot keep silent about this. We have to know if that was truly for Wretched and Divine, or if it was a Set the World on Fire thing that you guys carried over.
Don't mind me, I'm just here thinking now and just theorizing.
Once again, kind of bringing it back to CC, this truly was the first album that he got to be a part of, considering that We Stitch was Sandra Alba. And he hits drums so hard. I feel like CC really showcased his talent through this album.
Agreed.
As much as I love Sandra, I really think that CC was destined for Black Veil Brides.
If you also in the album jacket, towards, I think it's the last page, all the guys, have their little, thank yous and stuff, and CC's is pretty long, and he does thank, obviously, the BVB Army, but he's thrilled, he expressed that, very grateful to be part of Black Veil Brides, and, how much fun he has in it, and the opportunity that he was given to him, and that just melted my heart when I read it.
I know. If you guys do have the Set the World on Fire album, and if you don't, get yourself the album. Go into, what do you call that, the jacket or
album
something?
Jacket.
Album jacket, there you go. Go straight to the back. All the members, they all give their thank yous. And honestly, it's a beautiful read. It's definitely worth it. It just takes probably at max a couple minutes. One of the things that I would also like to discuss on this album, because I was telling Ruth how during my junior year for graduation, we were all, as a class, we were set to pick our graduation song, and I had put in the request for Ritual by Black Veil Brides, and all it took was for one girl to hear the beginning of the song, and she's like, this song makes me depressed, and because of that, we didn't get to walk down to Ritual by Black Veil Brides for our graduation song, because none of the class could agree. Our principal I told everyone Ritual, I told everyone Set the World on Fire, and no one wanted it, so we ended up having to walk down to Photograph by Nickelback, and I was so upset, I almost didn't go to my graduation.
Which is bull, because, okay, Ritual, wonderful song, and we did mention this before, technical difficulties, that Ritual seems, for you at least, seems to be an underdog song for this album. I love Ritual, I freaking love it, I listen to it consistently. There's a verse literally in this song saying, don't care what they say, this is your life, it's time to rejoice, rise up and celebrate your life. Befitting
album, but at the same time, it's also, I was telling Ruth, it's also really hard because once again, the album is so iconic, as well as all the songs. I feel like it's such a memorable album that if you ask any fan, I think this is the one album that they will always remember. Same with every song. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I guess to me, this is an album I will never forget.
I think you're right, because I know a lot of fans, like for example, Ren, who was on our show that helped us make the Trinitera set list for like one. She's a humongous fan of this album, and Sarah, she kills Andy's cosplay with him, by the way. She has tattoos dedicated to this album and everything, and I've seen fans on Twitter who loves this album too. I think for me, don't get me wrong, I love this album too. Is it my top? No, but it's up there. I think in a way, this album stands out, not only for its songs being the second album, but also the cover of the album. Because if you look through I'm looking off to the side here. This is the only album cover as of right now that has the guys on it. All of the guys, because every other one has like an imagery of like a demon or something. This is the only one that has all the guys. The first one has Andy only. This has all the guys.
It's very aesthetically pleasing, this album, and the cover art, even for the backside. I mean, even when you open up the album jacket and you start looking through the pictures, they're so well done. Honestly, Black Veil Brides, you went hard on this album just for us, and we appreciate that.
Chris, if you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I strongly believe the artist who did the cover album, Richard Villa III, I think he goes by, I believe he did this. I also think he also did all the individual photos that we see in the cover album too. I'm just saying, Richard Villa, you are a very talented artist, and I hope one day to come to LA to go to your museum where these are hang up. I think you're just super talented. I just want to say that. You're just very talented and love Richard Villa. We just want to say that, and just honestly, your work on these albums are phenomenal. We'll definitely get more into it next album. I'm just gonna say that.
I know, I kind of hope to see more artwork from him for Black Veil Brides in the future, because what you did was set the world on fire, and we stitched these wounds, and if I'm not mistaken, he also did Wretched and Divine,
and Veil,
and Four. I mean, masterpiece, my dear good sir. I don't know if this is on any other album, but on the back of this, it actually gives you websites to the BVBArmy.com. It gives you the website to the Black Veil Brides MySpace, to their Facebook, to their Twitter. I don't even know if MySpace is still a thing these days, but I kind of love and miss MySpace. The OG social media where you could have music on your platform.
God, MySpace. I think it's still a thing. It's just different. Everything.
But you know, Set the World on Fire was also huge for the war paint as well. A huge era for the war paint, not just We Stitch These Wounds.
Their war paint was on point, but I just love it, all of it. I almost felt like it could just be me, and maybe Andy just changed it just a little bit for each music video, because he didn't have that line for Rebel Love Song or Fallen Angels. He did it for
The Legacy.
And he did it for the Legacy. Oh, by the way, Andy, where did you get that grass wing from the Legacy? I want to know. Did you make it? If so, how much are your commissions?
Yeah, no joke. And I think from this album, another kind of iconic thing is Andy wore the feathered earrings too. Believe it or not, Andy, you got me into the feathered earrings. I started to wear them all the time in school with the cross earrings as well.
I just like all their studs in this album, in the music video, like their belts, their chains, and their boots or shoes, and that, just everything had studs. I'm just like living for it.
The look, just everything about Set the World on Fire is breathtaking. I mean, your guys's, from the look to the songs, it's absolutely phenomenal. Veil Brides has done covers on stage. Is there a specific cover that you're wanting to hear Black Veil Brides sing?
I gotta think on that.
You've done so many different covers ranging from Billy Idol and from Motley Crue. I can't lie, I would love to see a cover of Lick It Up by Kiss. I would love that. I would love it.
I don't know. I have to come and think about it because, well, one thing I love about Twisted Sisters, rock. Enter. Wait, hit the birds. Enter.
Success.
Yes, we got the purse. Thank you, Ender. Thank you.
He's like, I knew you wanted them.
I call them alien purrs.
Believe me, his purrs get way more intense than what you're hearing. Normally it's like this weird, loud, high pitch, like almost wheezing sound. All in all, this album has already gone down in history. It is literally Black Veil Bride's second album, but to be fair, I must say, it's the album that brought so many fans together. It's the album that brought more fans into the BVB Army. It connected everyone.
Ditto. I completely agree with Nicole's statement. I have nothing else to add. Ditto. Alright, BVB Army. We are now back to our awesome fan shoutouts for the month of July. And we have, for today's fan shoutout goes to, I'm sorry if I mispronounce it. I pronounce it Kata.
Wait, you say Kata, I say Keita. Oh, I mean, hers sounds more right than mine, to be honest.
Kata was in our blind contour PvP drawing challenge. That was during PvP month. Fun fact, she's from Germany, so for her to come on to our show with the time difference, a very big time difference, thank you. You were amazing to meet, and I just love your personality. And again, wonderful blind contour of CC.
Yes, thank you just for being so dedicated to come onto the show, because we understand that it was very late your time. We appreciate it so much. Your drawing was gorgeous.
So you can definitely find her on Instagram and on Twitter. Post will be in the description and everything. Fan shout out goes to you, Kata, and I hope we get to see you more in the future in any episodes or anything. So please, you're amazing. Go follow our BVB Army.
Hit that follow button, smash it up.
But thank you for watching our very first ASMR edition of our episode.
I can't lie, I'm so glad that we got to do it with Set the World on Fire, because I just want to scream when we talk about this album, and I'm forced to be tamed, and it's probably for the best.
Don't worry, when we get to the next album, I am not being tame. I'm just gonna say that.
I don't blame you. I expect full-blown emotions.
Yes, but all of our social media links will be down in the description. Please go follow our Twitter account. And once again, if you would like to come on our show to tell your very own Black Veil Brides story, we have a form in the description down below. And as for your availability, what time zones you are, and if you can give us your Twitter or Instagram username, that would be awesome. We do have some. We are getting through them. I promise we are. We're back on that.
Yes, remember guys, we are going in order in which they are received. So whoever is lucky number 1 will be sending you a message. Everyone else, we will just be sending you as they come in.
Yes. And please let us know in the comments, what is your favorite song from Set the World on Fire? And maybe like, what song do you think is underrated in this album? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, honestly, like, not only that, let us know your thoughts on Set the World on Fire album, because we told you guys ours. we'd love to hear your personal opinions on the album, whether that's your favorite era, favorite album, or what does Set the World on Fire album speak to you?
Exactly. For those who like ASMR, we tried. Sorry for no care. Wrong way. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not a professional. There we go. Open.